Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Ooh. Good morning, Bakers. What is going on, everybody? BBD in the corner in his McFlurry Power jersey. New hire Lennon hanging out, my guy. Big day at the office today. Huge week. The big yes announcement yesterday. We'll talk about some of that a little bit because I know a lot of you had fun with that through us, which is always the coolest thing. Maybe it's peacocky to say, maybe it's not. I always, I think a lot of people that have been with us for a long time now, they kind of treat us like a local band they found. And anytime something cool happens to us, they appreciate the ride just as much as we do. So getting all that love last night was super cool. We could talk some yes in a little bit, and I don't know, other TV stardom. Sports world is cooking. The NFL, me and BBD were talking about, we're going to have to circle back on another time. So much quarterback movement. We really haven't had time to address any of it because baseball's been back, and we've been doing that.
Let alone, Tyreek Hill was traded yesterday, huh?
Tyreek Hill was traded. I know Jets fans got really jazzed up for that one, only for him to go to a division rival. We're going to have to do a whole NFL wrap-up at some point. I'm thinking probably towards the NFL draft. I know that's a while away, but...
It's a good way to circle back on that, address team needs going into the
draft.
And
I know the Talking Football, Talking Giants guys are going to be doing a ton with that. We just did the Combine with Pennick. That video came out. That's some really good content if you haven't seen that yet. To be honest with you, we're probably going to keep football on the back burner for now. As we get closer to the draft, I love the draft.
I'm a sucker for a draft.
Love the draft. So we're going to have to probably circle back with some of the football stuff. Baseball world continues to be hot in the streets. I know we've covered a lot of the signings. We kind of missed that hot and heavy spot because it was our travel day back from Arizona. So I think me and BBD were talking, we're going to do a little bit of circling up just on really what's happened. I know we've done a few Talking Baseball episodes, and they've been jam-packed. But we did a little bit of during the lockout, when we were still hunting for content, we were kind of talking about what we should do, and we landed on a little, where do the teams actually stand? Like, when you actually looked at the NL East before the Braves did anything, I think the Mets were the better team. Have the Braves done enough to jump them? Probably reputation-wise, I'd say yes. But the key point around it is free agency's done. Michael Conforto is genuinely the only impact free agent left.
He's like the only one left that will get a multi-year deal if he wants it.
Right, and we have no idea what that is. Michael Conforto, I know there was rumors he got offered an extension by the Mets for $100 million plus before he hit free agency. He had the weird year. He has some crazy numbers. Michael Conforto could be a middle-of-the-order bat for a team, especially when he's right. Shortened season, he had a 927 OPS. The year before that, 856. 2017, a 937. So, Michael Conforto has a pretty proven track record. 824 career OPS, lefty bat. If he ends up on the right team, which I think he will, I'm still leaning that for where his free agency is at, he's going to end up on a team, not as a bonus piece, but if you're him, your free agency's been pretty bizarre. The season's a couple weeks away. I think you just aim for a good team and have a good season and figure it out from there. That being said, I just complimented, who was I complimenting the other day with the George Hill contract? Who took big money from a bad team? Chris Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Bryant. So, like, if something like that happens for Conforto, you obviously have to respect it, and, he eventually probably finds another home. But MLB free agency's over. Like, who's out there? Johnny Cueto? I can bring it up
There's
on
guys
Fangraphs,
who will get signed, but
it's
and probably impact teams, but as of right now, it's nobody that if your team signs them, your tone doesn't change for the season.
They I'm on Fangraphs right now. Michael Conforto is the only player with a projected 2-WAR season that is still a free agent. After that, like, Brett Anderson pops up, the veteran pitcher.
Someone will scoop him up.
He will be used in Major League Baseball this year, I promise you. Jay Happ, Johnny Cueto, Chris Archer, Jed Lowry, Brett Gardner. I hate Brett Gardner. Stephen Vogt, Cole Hamels, like, they're baseball names, I doubt they're the piece that changes anything about your team's season as of now. Prove me wrong, J-Hap. How about it? I would love that. So we're going to do that, and then we're obviously going to do March Madness. Big weekend, Sweet 16, game start tonight. We talked about the St. Peter story a little bit. And just where we're going to be after this weekend, Final Four. And maybe we'll line up your sports schedule a little bit. That used to be a big part of it. So with all that, BBD, how are you doing? I'm going to grab this charger from Jimmy real quick. Forgot I took my work one.
Ooh, the phone charger. I'm great. Feeling better. Might pop an Advil in a few if I'm being honest. But I don't know, I'm in copyright battles for my life. PPP's rolling out. I always forget that part of it when we get here. So that is annoying me.
Okay.
But we'll survive in advance, and I think tomorrow I have like the full day to dedicate to those.
How's the tooth?
Tooth's pretty good. I think by tomorrow I'll feel close to 100%, and I think Saturday is the day they're like, all right, you can kind of go back to normal. Don't chew on that side of your mouth until you get the stitches out or whatever.
Bad teeth.
Always been bad teeth. I wasn't kidding.
You weren't. What's the end game? One day are we just gonna get you a mouth of fake teeth or something?
I think when I finally get my show money, I think I might redo them. Do the Moylan.
Okay, so, Feo just donated in the chat saying very nice words. Not a been here from the beginning or big emotions guy, but seeing Jake and Jimmy on high-def TV cameras last night. Be lying if I didn't shed a tear. Huge proud. Thank you, Feo. Those $20 go to BBD's Tooth Fund, so that's beautiful. Last night was really cool. Probably let some of that out now. Crazy day yesterday, if you guys were listening to JJR or some of the Talking Baseball. And I've got the chat popped. I see all you people. Thank you, YouTube crew, and the podcast crew. Thanks, everyone that watches. Yesterday was crazy. I was having a weird day. I think I was having my West Coast, East Coast jet lag. I was having my 10-day Arizona, Vegas hangover / weirds. My sweet effervescent Jessica's been out of town. Me and her haven't been alone for like 2.5 weeks between Arizona and now. And it was supposed to be worse. We were actually going to go to Tampa for spring training this weekend, but we decided to cancel it. The Yes Crew wasn't going to be down there. We thought we might get press passes. It doesn't look like we're getting press passes. So, with all that being said, it was a weird day. I know JOMBOY started fading hard. I think it was the end of... Was it the end of JJR? That Jimmy was like, oh boy, my eyes are closing. So that's always a dangerous game. And then, yeah, I was in a little bit of a funk. Got on the train. I think we both recoiled for a little bit, went to the Yes Studios. And those guys are awesome. We've been talking to them for a little while now. Yesterday was announcement day. So that was pretty cool. It's one of those weird things where we kind of know stuff. hate to hide it from everyone. So the surprise isn't as big for us. It's more of like a stress relief that it's out and with you guys, but it was really cool. Jack Curry's the best in the world. Bob Lorenz was awesome. Jared Boschnack, who produces a ton of stuff. Mike Medvin, like those guys, we've talked to a lot of those guys for a while now. They welcomed us with open arms, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with them. Best of Talking Yanks will be on linear TV, so that'll be on the That'll be on the S Network, and cut out some of our really weird stuff that maybe some people aren't ready for, and then we'll kick them over to the YouTube. And then Tone the Slab, David Cohn, Shackle, Smythe. That's going to be on the TV, so that's really cool for all those guys, and a really good product if you guys haven't been checking that out. And then we're going to be doing a couple live watch-alongs. We don't have a ton scheduled this year. We want to try it out, Manning cast style. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how that works. And then, I think any other little things where we can get involved and be ourselves, not be stepping on anyone's toes, kind of the JOMBOY Media formula. I think everyone assumes that we're going to be kind of more toe steppers. Those are words. But no, we like to have a good time. We like everyone to have a good time, most importantly. And the yes stuff's going to be really fun, and who knows what other stuff it's going to lead into. So, with that, BBD, let's do a quick baseball circle around, because I know we've mentioned a lot of these quick, but and we'll start out with the AL East, because we just talked about the Yankees. I mean, I guess, am I a Yes Network employee now? I don't know. I don't think so.
They can't tell you what to do.
I don't think so. They better not. They can. They can, and they will. They're the Yes Network. Let's start out with our New York Yankees. BBD, since we last chatted and we did a circle up on all these teams, our New York Yankees, they what? Re-signed Rizzo.
They did the big trade.
Kiner, Falefa, and Donaldson. So they really did rework the infield. Again, and that was the exercise before this. Like, we thought Rizzo had a good chance of coming back. Freddie was still a free agent. Olsen trade hadn't happened. They do bring back Rizzo. And by the way, I know I'm a Yankee fan. Talked about it on the Yes Network last night. Not a big deal. Stop talking about it. They, since then, have truly reworked their infield. Anthony Rizzo, Josh Donaldson, Kiner Falefa, Gleyber Torres, who's officially having a hot spring, which is cool. Who knows what you do with that? And then DJ LeMahieu.
Spot, if you include that.
Yeah, DJ LeMahieu, who is currently slotted in that utility role that he was originally signed for, but now he's got a much bigger contract, and he was the Yankees' leadoff hitter for the 2 years and set the tone in an incredible way. He hit a Mammo homer last night. So
he's having a nice spring.
So the Yankees did rework their infield. And Josh Donaldson should be a new, different dynamic that these Yankees haven't had in a little while. Let's see. I mean, they made their move, the general consensus. They did nothing to the pitching, which is, I don't want to say shocking. The pitching was good for the Yankees last year. 10th in ERA for starting pitchers, 4th for bullpen. So the pitching was good. Severino's like back in full, but no additions to the pitching staff. That's just like an odd thing. Like, I don't think when in Yankee land have we ever said that? So the Yankees have retooled their infield, not with a lot of the guys that were rumored, minus Rizzo. Rizzo was rumored for a while. I don't know. The Yankees, it felt like they never did their chips all in move that we thought they would do with the CBA going up. I mean, what they've done is they've basically done a 2-year plan. Donaldson is 2 years. Rizzo is 2 years. IKF is 2 years. I think like Chapman, Britton, that kind of money comes off in 2 years. Sevy is 2 years. Judge, we'll see if they get the extension done. The Yankees have signed up for a let's find out 2-year plan instead of the let's go now in Cole and Judge's window, which we'll see how it plays out for them. The rivals, BBD, the Boston Red Sox, they made one big splash. They signed Trevor Story. He will be their starting second baseman as of now. He might be coming for Xander. I don't know. Either way, Kike, Devers, Bogarts, JD, Story, Verdugo. And then they'll see if Dahlbeck clicks or something like that. The Boston Red Sox are going to be back. That lineup is really good. Even the guys at the bottom that don't scare you do as Yankee fans. Christian Vasquez, Jackie Bradley Jr. Seen those guys do it a lot. Their defense is why they're in the lineup, but those guys are really good. They also had a Jake Diekman in the bullpen. Watch out for that, man. Jake Diekman's numbers are nasty. Nasty lefty wipeout option for them. Red Sox added one of the better players in baseball. Rays haven't done anything, right? They're just the Rays.
Yeah, nothing to my knowledge post-lockout. Let's poke around and see if anything sticks out.
Yeah, a lot of arbitration stuff. They're the Rays. They kind of don't count.
Yeah, allegedly we're in on Freeman. Doesn't feel like that was ever real.
Yeah, what was that?
Very weird. Yeah, no names sticking out to me as new ads.
And then Toronto, the team that I was pretty adamant that was the best team, the most talented team at the time, they went out and they made the Matt Chapman trade. Which, man, again, maybe we're a little polluted by Trevor Plouffe, who was his teammate briefly. Matt Chapman actually replaced Trevor Plouffe on the Oakland A's, which is a funny story. They added Kikuchi. They made the Matt Chapman trade. This team is really, really good. I will say this, BBD, if we want to find something half optimistic, very righty heavy.
Yeah.
Springer, Bichette, Vlad, Teoscar, Lourdes Gurriel, Matt Chapman, Grichuk, whoever's catching. Kevin Biggio's their only lefty right now.
Yeah, he's their only lefty, and I think we'd all be lying to ourselves if we were to say he has to be in the lineup every day just on pure ability with the rest of that roster.
Right. Okay, maybe Monty dodged the Blue Jays. You know who is slotted in from Fangraphs as a current bench first baseman for the Blue Jays? Greg Bird. Greg Bird. Man, if he makes it with them, and God forbid if he does something good, holy crap, Yankee fans would lose their minds. So, AL East, Blue Jays made a big move for Matt Chapman and Kikuchi. Red Sox, Trevor Story, an elite player. Yankees, Donaldson can be elite, depending how you use elite. Donaldson can be very good. Anthony Rizzo can be really good. IKF, we're going to find out really quickly. Maybe he's the defensive speedster we need. All those teams were aggressive. I still think Toronto is just as talented as a team gets. God, a lot of righties. I haven't liked that for the Yankees. In the Central, the Cleveland Guardians haven't done a damn thing. Sad, man. So sad. Tigers signed Big Mike Pineda. The story is the Minnesota Twins. They're one of the stories of baseball right now.
Yeah.
They got Correa. The other side of the Donaldson stuff is they brought in Gio Urshela and Gary Sanchez, replacing Mitch Garver. Their lineup, man. They have balance. They have lefty righties. They have speed. They have power. They have contact. If that lineup comes together for Minnesota, they're going to be a problem. Their pitching staff, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Got good defense around him, but
I mean, it looks like on paper it's good defense, good offense, which is a pretty good combination.
they have some dudes in the bullpen if they can get it to them.
I
It's
guess
not one of the scary pens, but they have fairly reliable arms, as much as you can trust any relievers.
Duffy, Rogers, those guys are pretty proven by now.
Joe Smith has been kicking it a little bit.
I guess there's just no way they're in the White Sox realm. Who they haven't made any moves since, right?
Did they add one more piece to their bullpen? I think they added
Joe Kelly, but he's hurt.
Gotcha.
But
they added him to the mix.
And yeah, I guess everyone thought they were going to trade Craig Kimbrell. That never happened.
I guess they still can.
I mean, look at the White Sox pitching staff compared to Minnesota. Lance Lynn, Giolito, Cease, Keuchel, Kopech, and then like they've got options after that. Like Vince Velasquez is currently a long relief guy for the White Sox. You could tell me he could be the 2 for the Twins. Pitching's really important in baseball. Pitching's really important in baseball. The Tigers, I mean, they made a lot of their big moves already. If you had to pick the Tigers or the Twins for this year, BBD, where are you going?
Ooh. Let me get a good look at the Tigers briefly.
Because there's the Tigers pitching staff.
Avi.
Erod, Mize, Skubal, Manning, Big Mike Pineda. Big Mike Pineda as a 5 is pretty nice. The young kids, you figure 1.5 are going to be good, 1.5 are going to be bad. Erod's probably going to Erod. His numbers are probably going to look good, man. Going from Fenway to Detroit.
Yeah, Erod's a nice pitcher, man.
There's not as many locks in that Tigers lineup.
Yeah, I think I have to lean Twins.
Really? Okay.
As far as just like what you know you're going to get. I mean, I guess last year we thought we knew what we were going to get from them too. And they were last place.
And I mean, I didn't even say the name with the Twins, but Carlos Correa. That guy's a dude. That guy can change your franchise. That pitching just might be tough to overcome.
Yeah. Sonny's good. That helps a lot. But
Tigers Twins is a fun conversation. Royals, they made the Amir Garrett trade. I mean, can that team hang? Bobby Witt Jr. looks as legit as a prospect can be.
Greinke's back.
Greinke, Keller, Singer. Carlos Hernandez, their 5 starter, is that dude with the ridiculous fastball.
He's kind of nasty.
I remember the Yankees played him, and it was like, oh, yeah, this dude has one of the grossest fastballs in the league. I guess
their bullpen was always sneaky gross.
And I know it was Jim's thing on Hot Stove. Things could go wrong for the Twins. They can get outpitched by the Royals, Tigers, and White Sox. White Sox can also out-hit them. Tigers, probably not, but close. What's Torkelson?
Any given day, obviously, but
I mean, Royals, Whit Merrifield, Salvi Perez, Benintendi, Nicky Lopes, Santana, Dozier, Mondesi. I think I'm selling on Minnesota. That's not a bad lineup. It's really not a bad lineup.
If they're healthy, that group is those are real dudes.
Like, I think I'd take KC's lineup over Detroit's as of now. And then pitching-wise, I guess it kind of what's Zach Greinke at this point, but he's going to give you some outs. AL Central's a mess. West Coast, I revealed to everyone last night I'm drinking Angels Kool-Aid. Scary. Especially now that I look at the bottom part of their lineup.
And we know Wade's going to play more. Which I don't know if what that changes for you.
Joe Adell's been doing well this spring. I'm kind of into him. Shohei Syndergaard, Lorenzen. Have they made a splash since? They signed Archie Bradley and Tepera, so some bullpen help.
Yeah, they have a bunch of dudes that...
Like, hey, right now Archie Bradley's the 5th guy in their bullpen. I know he had a tough year. Is he fading? I don't know. But as your 5th guy, that's not a bad way to find out.
I'll take that gamble.
Aaron Loop was incredible. Mike Mayers is solid. Ryan Tepera has been really good. And Raisel Iglesias is gross. I really think this is the year the Halos figured it out. Has anyone talked about the fact that Houston hasn't done anything?
Yeah, what have they? Because now all they've done is lose Correa now. They're still gross.
They brought Verlander back, which he was on the team.
Yeah, but
he didn't pitch.
It's his return from TJ.
Did the Astros do nothing?
They added Hector Neris. And I think that's like kind of it. They did some bullpen shuffling. I think net it's about the same bullpen they had.
Chas
Graveman's gone.
Chas McCormick, Jeremy Pena, Maldonado Castro. I don't know. Astro fans have to be kicking themselves, especially that contract Correa just signed. What? H-Town, Funky Town, Boogie Town. City where the top drops. Kelsey Wingert.
Like that.
That's weird, right?
That's weird, guys.
Houston did nothing.
Yeah. They are still so good. But
like Seattle made huge moves this offseason. Huge moves. Winker, not Castellanos. Winker, Robbie Ray. That was beforehand.
I mean, I know they have a similar situation to the Yankees with their shortstop prospects that I think they do truly believe in them. I can't believe they wouldn't have been all in on the Correa on that kind of deal anyway, just to...
Man, I guess that's funny. We've been sitting here this whole time thinking about the Yankees and how miserable, we had dreams for a lot of these big shortstops, $300 million shortstops. Houston sees Carlos Correa sign basically a 1-year deal with Minnesota with the opt-outs and 3 years. Man, I guess we don't yuck it up on Houston Twitter a lot, but those streets have to be violent right now. That's kind of the AL. Texas made their moves already.
Yeah, they're better than they were.
Interested to see what it means. They were a part of the Twins, IKF. Mitch Garver's now there, who's a solid catcher.
That's a nice ad for them.
Backyard Brad Miller, currently slotted in at left field. Sure. They had him at third base the other day. Just hit, Brad. That's the secret. Adelise Garcia, Cole Calhoun. All right, Texas. Willie Calhoun in that 9 slot. Let's find out.
Brought back Martin Perez. Sure.
It's just not enough pitching unless Taylor Hearn is the GOAT, which he is.
Yeah. Hearn or Dunning. Take your step. AJ Alexy's supposed to end up
Alexy
good.
was solid.
Similar to the Tigers, I guess. You expect 1.5 of those to full workout this season. And if they hang around long enough, I guess they'll make some sort of ad.
I mean, know where they probably end up getting hurt. Because, okay, the starting pitching isn't a strength, but, there's young guys that can have a day. They obviously made huge upgrades in the lineup. Their bullpen's pretty rough.
They have the old Royals guys, but
they don't have one guy in their bullpen with a projected ERA in the 3s. And their closest one is lefty Brett Martin, who, not in my book. Sorry, Brett.
Greg Holland's in there as an NRI. He'll be on the team.
Yeah, I mean, they have him as a setup guy, and he's currently a non-roster invite. John King, everyone thought he was in the Yankees trade for a little bit.
Nasty sinker.
Huge. I don't know. Hey, Texas, I'll tell you this. I was super pissed off at the Texas Rangers for a couple years because they were kind of fully unwatchable. This team might be watchable. And you know what? If they call up Josh Young, third base prospect, instead of Andy Ibanez, that lineup gets fun. So, okay. Jack Leiter, by the way, in their minor leagues. Waiting for the call at some point. That's fun. Okay. I'm in on it. Maybe we'll do NL quick. I'm going to go in alphabetical order. No. That made me laugh, though. Atlanta, they were one of the stories. You guys already know it. Matt Olson. They choose to go with Matt Olson, and they lock him up long-term. Part of me likes it more than a lot of people. I get all the Freddie stuff, but they just won. I think there is some funny business there. Moylan gave me some whispers. I don't know. But they made their bet with Matt Olson. By the way, Marcell Ozuna. It's the Braves, man. It's the Braves. Eddie Rosario is back. Good. He was a World Series hero for them. And they needed one more outfielder.
They got room for one more bat somewhere. Right now, their DH is Alex Dickerson in the 8-hole projected by Fangraphs. So
yeah. And by the way, Alex Dickerson can hit a little bit. And I wonder if they can use someone like Arcia versus lefties to play defense, and then you DH one of the righties or something like that. And look what the Braves did last year. They traded for 3 outfielders at the deadline. If they need another bat, they'll go get it. Oh, also Kenley Jansen. There's an argument the Braves have the best bullpen in baseball now. Braves are really good. Jansen, Will Smith, McHugh. Yep. McHugh, really good last year. Matzik, Luke Jackson, AJ Minter. 6 deep. And, BBD, you know why? Fangraph showed their lineup, and they looked a bat short.
Just saw.
Yeah. Ronnie Acuna. The Braves are stacked. Like, I hate repeats, and I'm drinking repeat Kool-Aid right now. Stacked. Los Mets, have they done anything?
They got Bassett.
They got Bassett from the A's. That's a big move.
Signed Otto. I think those are their 2 big moves since we came back. But obviously they did so much before.
Diaz, May, Otto, Lugo, Castro. It's a nice bullpen. Their lineup on paper doesn't impress me as much as it used to. I wonder if they're in for Conforto.
Yeah, and I've seen some chatter about, like, that should just bring him back. But they do have real options on their bench still.
They do, and that's where it doesn't fully make sense.
They are deep.
But BBD, if this was a video game and you had to slot Conforto into this lineup, he'd be a top 5 hitter, I think.
Probably.
Like, if you give me Conforto or Cano for a season.
Oh, yeah.
Conforto or Escobar. Like, and I love Eddie Escobar. But I think what Conforto can be is more than that. But Uncle Stevie's already spent. That's going to be interesting. The Mets, like, Dom Smith is currently on their bench, but could he be one of their best hitters? I guess what's going to be best for the Mets is when the season gets going, and is Robinson Cano good? Is Dom Smith good and in the lineup? Is Jeff McNeil good? Is Mark Canha solid? Eddie Escobar? Is Starling Marte the nut job he was last year? And like baseball has a way of sorting those out that the Mets lineup is going to be fine. But dude, after looking at like the Braves or the Dodgers, even some of those AL Central teams, the Mets lineup isn't as scary as what I thought. And their offensive numbers weren't good last year. 24th in OPS. They added a lot of bodies, which you got to like and respect. Nats, I'm sorry. You guys just don't deserve to be talked about. But you signed Nelson Cruz. Great. Great. That division's loaded. The Marlins signed Soler. What does it mean? I don't know. What does Jazz Chisholm, Jorge Soler, Avisail Garcia, and Garrett Cooper get you? Brian Anderson still around? Miggy Rowe? Joey Wendell? The Marlins. They drive me nuts. And BBD, how about a team that has actually made a real splash? Your Phillies. Schwarber and Castellanos. Harper, Real Muto, Hoskins, Mean Gene, the hitting machine. With their high-end pitching, right now their fifth starter is listed as Bailey Falter. Not in my book.
It's tough.
But Wheeler, Nola, Gibson, Suarez are. They added guys in the bullpen. Kniebel, Alvarado, Familia, Hand. You get one more guy to pan out, you might be okay.
Coonrod runs back last season. They'll take that. Sir Anthony Dominguez has had good stuff in the past.
Yeah, I mean, that was a guy they thought they could be a closer for them at one point. Nick Nelson back
That's not
there.
looking likely, but he's done some stuff.
The team defense may be one of the worst we've seen.
Yeah.
From a baseball team.
I think that they are relying on their ballpark being small on both sides of the field.
Should be fun.
If they're getting beat, it'll be homers.
Should be fun games. And I guess this is, if there's any Mets fans listening that are thinking I'm being too tough. I mean, Schwarber, Castellanos, Harper, Real Muto, Hoskins, and Gene. Like, those guys would be... There's not a lot of one-up from the Mets there. Like Alonso at first base, sure. Man, Schwarber, Castellanos, Harper. They are going to be a fun watch. They're going to be a good flip channel this year. I don't know if it means wins. Let's see. Our Brewers. They added McCutchen. It's a nice ad.
They needed a righty bat.
That's a nice ad. Their team's looking pretty brewery. I think they want to find out about Keston Hura this year. He's having a big spring early.
They've never been scared to make more additions.
Their lineup has really good balance, lefty-righty throughout. And their pitching was kind of set, so the Brewers are going to brewer. Who else do we have there? Did the Cardinals make a move this offseason?
There were people thinking they might make a run at Story or somebody, and that obviously didn't happen.
Corey Dickerson at DH, who, again, him and Alex Dickerson, both being lefty DHs, is brutal for each of them. Like, you guys are the same in my head. Did they make a move this offseason?
They did the Mats move, Mats signing.
Mats in the early free agency.
Looking at their bullpen, trying to see if they added somebody. Nobody sticks.
Yeah, I mean,
out.
Drew Verhagen and Nick Whitgren.
I was going to say Whitgren.
Nice
I think
mustache.
is new.
That's interesting. That's interesting to me. The Cardinals didn't really move. I mean, don't get me wrong. They've made big moves in previous off seasons. Goldschmidt to Arenado. They have their young outfield, but that's
Yeah. Currently, our guy Jay Flair's not currently penciled into their rotation.
right. He's got some stuff going on. Steven Matson, like, hey, maybe he has figured it out. Maybe he hasn't.
Yeah. He's currently penciled in as their 3. If he's your 4 or 5, I feel like it's a different vibe.
Miles Michaelis is the 2? I don't know, St. Louis. Cardinals fans, let me know, but that doesn't do much. Pittsburgh, can't really talk about you. Cole Tucker's awesome. And then the Chicago Cubs. Seiya Suzuki. Who are you? Who are you? They added Jonathan Villar. Andrelton Simmons. Remember, we celebrated that at the Top Spunt House. This Cubs team is funky. I have no idea what to do with it.
They're a team with options on their bench as well.
Stroman, Hendricks, Miley, Mills, Smiley, Rowan, Wick, Robertson, Givens, Martin, Daniel Norris. Oh. Ortega, Schwindel, Wisdom. I don't know what to do with this team. I might send... I mean, not to flex too hard on you guys. I'm going to send Ian Happ a text. And I'm going to say, Cubs have a funky roster. Cubs have a funky roster. Text sent, flex. Hey, everyone root for Seiya Suzuki. Like, I know if you're an NL Central rival, that might be tough, but if that guy's a stud, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
His press conference was cool.
Cool press conference.
Like Trout.
We've talked a little bit about like guys coming over from Japan and like first year in the show.
It's tough.
It's like if you're a Cubs fan, especially, like, don't lose faith if he's not a stud immediately. There's time.
Reds have made a lot of moves that I can only define one way as the Cincinnati Reds. They signed Tommy Pham like today.
Yeah.
He currently slots into left field. They signed Colin Moran, who's not a bad ball player, but
is he part of the winning formula on a good team? Probably
there's a
not.
lot of guys in their lineup that you don't hate, but there's not a lot of guys in their lineup that you love.
They have a lot of guys that they have a lot of guys who are a 7-hitter on good teams.
Molly, Castillo, Minor, Vlad Gutierrez, and Tony Santillan. Oh my God, Sessa is listed as one of their closers.
We've got 4 of them on there. Art Warren, former Yankee. Justin Wilson, former Yankee.
That bullpen, dude. Yeah, okay. Enough Cincy Reds before I start getting mean.
Hunter Strickland's next stop.
Diamondbacks, best team in baseball. Don't think we need to even talk about it, really. They signed Zach Davies to be their 5th starter.
Love you, Pipe.
Love the Snakes. Rockies signed Chris Bryant. I haven't actually looked at this roster in a while, and no, I'm glad I haven't. God damn it, Rockies.
Nice extension for Ryan McMahon.
Yeah.
He's a nice player. Good for him. Shouldn't stick around in Colorado. But
The hell is this team?
Jose Iglesias.
Dodgers are stacked. They signed Freddie Freeman, basically, for bonus points. Cody Bellinger and his MVP are hitting 8-hole currently. Gavin Lux is currently on the bench.
Picked up Pilar yesterday for funsies.
Tyler Anderson, Pilar, Trinan, Hudson, Vesia, Gratterall. It's not where you want it to be. Danny Duffy, Dustin May hopefully come back at some point. Tommy Canley. Who knows what's going on with Bauer.
Gonsolin and Price not currently listed in their rotation, but could be factors there.
Team is loaded. Something I forgot with the Yankees is that Luke Voigt is a Padre. Grisham, Machado, Cronenworth, Voigt, Hosmer, Will Myers, Nola, Profar, Ha-Sung Kim. You wish there was one more impact bat up there, but hey.
Yeah, Tatis is out.
Yeah, for a couple months, huh?
Yeah.
That's tough. DrewPalm.com is out.
Kim really going to be the shortstop, not Cronenworth?
Padres have 6 closers listed.
That's amazing.
First time I've seen that.
I mean, some of them simply should not be listed that way.
Some of these guys should simply not be listed as closers.
Nelson Lamet, who I'm not familiar with any bullpen experience out of him. I'm sure he's done it, but not a closer.
Might be a weird
Craig
year in San
Stammen's
Diego.
nice.
Might be a weird year in San Diego.
They finally get to see Clev, right?
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's cool.
That'd be good. And then your San Francisco Giants. Jock
Snow is
Peterson is there. Young Jock. Alex Wood and Alex Cobb at the back of the rotation. They signed Rodon. That kicked off this free agency. So the Giants have gotten better. I'm starting to get worried about my Padres. This was supposed to be their year. And it ain't looking like it. So that was a quick baseball around the horn. Did we learn anything, BBD?
Matt's lineup isn't it's not scary. It's a full lineup.
It's a full
Padres could use something. One more reliever to fully trust would be great.
instead of 6 closers.
Yeah. You get it.
Luis Cessa over there. All right. That was a little speed recap.
Astros haven't done anything. That was the big
Astros.
one.
What's that about?
They have not added.
Astros. What is you doing, baby? Okay. Let's talk a little March Madness quick. Well, I've got you guys. Did our internet die again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might have. Well, all right. Ain't that it, sugar? Today, when you're done with work, done with whatever you're doing, March Madness is in full swing. Arkansas, Gonzaga, 7 o'clock. Michigan, Villanova. Texas Tech, Duke. Houston, Arizona. I'll speed you. Arkansas is kind of cool. They hired Eric Musselman. They've been doing fun things down there. Zach should be too good in San Francisco. Also, Gonzaga, the teams they play every year are kind of a joke. And I think we find out every year that does affect them. That being said, I think they can handle Arkansas. How about Michigan? They become a fun story. They take down Nova, just doing that because Matty Mass is here today. Piss him right off. Texas Tech and Duke. A lot of people are on Texas Tech. They become a strong basketball program. Coach K's potential last game. Not tonight. Houston, Arizona. I don't know. Kelvin Sampson's a really good coach. I think Arizona's good. They should be fine. So Michigan's your upset. Bang. Just gave you that. Tomorrow's game, St. Peter's at Purdue is your first game. Everyone watch that. Purdue has a monster big man, Josh Edey. He's 7'4", playing against St. Peter's. That's one of those matchups you only get in college basketball. You only get it there. Enjoy that. That game's in Philly. Let's shoot up. Let's go over there. Providence plays Kansas. Providence will give them a scare, but I don't think they'll do it. North Carolina, UCLA. How's your blue blood, baby? I love that UCLA team. Ooh, we're out east, though. Give me Carolina. Done. That's how you bracket. And then the 11-10, the team that will become your Cinderella if St. Peter's can't get it done, which I don't think they will. Purdue's really good. Jordan Ivey's going to be a top 5 pick. Give me the U. Miami's rolling. And then that'll lead into the weekend's matchups. And your final 4 is, I don't know, 4 of those teams. 4 of those teams. Just enjoy it. Your bracket's already busted. Oh, my God. Just enjoy. Actually, no, I'll give it to you. Your final 4 is going to be Duke. The Coach K story continues. Purdue. Kansas and Arizona. There's your final 4. And that's March Madness. I don't really know what to tell you. I obviously don't have the ins and outs of college basketball to tell you whose press is going to beat who or whose 1-3-1 zone is going to have problems rebounding but playing good defense. I don't have that for you. You guys know that, so I'm not going to bore you with it. We said we'd get you a March Madness person. Maybe we'll before the Final Four. I saw someone asked for Mark Titus. We obviously haven't been connected. He's a huge name in that world. I think our DMs are open. I forget if I sent him something or whatever it is, and he's a cool guy. He does a bunch of stuff with the PMT guys, so maybe I'll throw the Hail Mary for you guys. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Enjoy the March Madness. There's some match play golf this weekend. Everybody loves golf. And what else we got? I think that's about it sports-wise, BBD. Like we said, football is going, but it's too far ahead of us. Is there any NBA? What's going on in the league?
Nothing, man.
Really?
Like I'm like as out as I've ever been, and
Yeah.
and I love the NBA.
It's almost like we're waiting for March Madness then.
Waiting for March Madness and for that to be the playoffs.
The Nets and the Kyrie stuff.
He's back, I guess.
They're in
That
the
was
8 seed.
That was the big change yesterday.
Heat are the 1 right now. Sixers, Bucks, Celts, Bulls, Cavs. Right? Yeah, I mean it's almost like a wake me up after March Madness.
I think LeBron's been kind of like doing LeBron stuff.
Yeah,
it hasn't helped the standings too much, but he's been personally as good as like ever.
That dunk on Kevin Love was awesome.
Yeah.
Suns ran away with the West, and then it's Grizzlies, Warriors, Jazz, Mavericks. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's a weird thing. I'm excited for NBA playoffs, but I got nothing for this right now.
Yeah, Timberwolves are doing.
You know what? I was just about to say, BBD, and maybe we'll fast forward. We'll do some comment of the day, and we'll get this posted, and we'll get set up for Talking Yanks, which should have a lot of juice, especially after all the yes stuff.
Yeah,
and
we're talking baseball first.
Today. Is today Talking Baseball?
Yeah. Well, today Talking Yanks, we did the switch, so we're doing Talking Yanks late, which I should talk Kyle about and let the people know.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. That actually kind of works out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll have to, because you're going to have to post this anyways, whatever. Let's do the comment of the day. Last episode, again, we had the internet thing happen, which stinks, but you guys came back and watched, which I appreciate. Tom BFL said, it's so nice to have BBD, and he's such a nice guest. So that's nice.
It's from the St. Louis trip.
Yes, BBD meeting the parents. Are they a Cardinals family?
So her dad's from Michigan, so
Okay.
I believe it's all pretty much all Detroit. I think they've adopted the Blues as their hockey team, but her mom's from there, so she likes the Cardinals. But Erin likes the Nationals because she didn't like baseball until like 2 years ago. So it's a whole bunch of different teams in the mix there.
Okay. But we like baseball.
Generally in on the baseball.
Huge. Traven Hanley said bake the algorithm. Like, share. And then I'll give a shout out Nicholas Kotzelis. Again, he's left a few comments. I'm just butchering his Greek name. He said, Nats were a pesky team in the second half last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they played spoiler to one of the top 3. Man, we flew past the Nats. I'll say this, they have a chance to be fun.
There's a world.
They have a chance to be fun, not good. They don't have a chance to be good. Cesar Hernandez, solid baseball player. Juan Soto, arguably the best. Nelson Cruz, insane. Josh Bell, I didn't realize he kind of did it again.
Yeah.
Like, Josh Bell had another nice year.
His walk year, so he's a trade candidate.
Gilbert Ruiz is a very real prospect. He's apparently going to get run at catcher. Lane Thomas was hitting leadoff for him. Do you remember when we saw that? Was that at the Brewers game?
Rings a bell.
That was weird. Alcides Escobar, no. Michael Franco tortures the Yankees, but no. Victor Robles.
I know Nats fans like saying LCD's nuts. So I appreciate that.
Corbin, Josiah Gray, Espino, Fetty, Anibal. Yeah, okay. Is Strasburg ever coming back?
Need Strasburg or Corbin to be anything. And it's at least a team that can beat you.
I didn't know Strasburg had thoracic outlet. That's
from, so
that might be tough.
That is tough. Josiah Gray is a very real pitching prospect, so
yeah,
they have things that if you're a Nats fan, you're watching for these things.
If Josiah Gray and Ruiz can be good young ball players, then yeah, that team can be fun. But
and they have a similar formula to last year with a bunch of vets they've got that they can flip at the deadline for more stuff if they want to.
The recycled vets. So, hey, thank you guys for leaving a comment. If you guys leave a comment on this episode, we'll talk about it next time. That's kind of baking the algorithm. Hit the like button. Share with a friend. Yeah, and actually Drake Souza just left a comment saying overrated the Astros coming into this year. They lost Correa, and that could be huge. Yeah, we kind of just talked about that.
All they've done is lose one of the three best two-way shortstops in the league.
A little weird. And nothing else.
Like, I know they believe in those prospects, but that's what the whole thing we're saying with the Yankees.
How about it? So thank you guys for listening, watching. You know, numbers have been good since baseball's on its way back, and a lot of you are baseball freaks. March Madness going on. Enjoy it. Augusta rolling up. Whoops. Just dropped my pen. BBD, you mentioned Bro of the Night, and it's funny because we just said we weren't tracking it. I'm going to give some love to A-Rod and the Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. They've been playing really good basketball, like for a while now.
They're like a good record.
And Karl Anthony Towns is a sneaky John Boy Media guy. He had that quote on his Twitch that he was a John Boy Media fan. And, BBD, I don't know if this is fully out there. There's NBA guys that you just like or you don't like for whatever reason. I've always liked D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
I've just always liked him. And I know a lot of people don't, but I like D'Angelo Russell. I like a flashy passing, but also scores point guard. And that's D'Angelo Russell. So I'm giving it to my guy Rod and the T-Wolves. Who you got, BBD?
Rod. Got kind of a bruh. You see this Clint Frazier thing? I don't want to dwell on it.
What'd he do?
He got in 2020 September. He got a concussion, and then Cuddy just had an article today. Clint didn't tell the Yankees until June of this season or last season. It's like yeah. When I left that game, that's when I told them for the first time. Like that was like the quote that just came out. It's like. Just not good. Come on. I don't want to dwell on it.
Interesting. He's a part of that interesting Cubs roster.
He's a bonus piece right now. It's probably the perfect role.
Circle the Cubs. No idea what happens there this year. Also, sneaky Michael Conforto team. All right. That's the Bro of the Night. We got to wrap this up. Again, sorry we had some minor tech issues. The chat was rolling earlier. We're going to get all that figured out. We're so close. We got our tech guy working. Things are getting better over here. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy March Madness. Enjoy everything on John Boy Media. The Compound, speaking of the Cubs, Ian Happ. How about that? JJR yesterday, talking baseball yesterday, talking Yanks today. Chris Rose rotation.
TPP's coming.
TPP's coming. TPP season. All of it. John Boy Media. We've been going nuts lately. You guys are the best. Thank you for all the love. Big chest, Bob Lorenz.